LLTV. What is going on with y'all, man? Hey, in this video, this is gonna be a part 3 to dissecting your spiritual path versus your human path. Let me first start out by telling y'all that I have completely checked out of the American theater, the political theater, the smoke and mirrors, the conspiracy this, the who's doing this. And I even said it in one of my last songs. I don't want to hear no more discussion till Gaza freedom is fuck them. Reparations for what, bitch? The whole system's disgusting. You know, because this shit is so fucking backwards. Not only is it so backwards, it's so violent. Mind y'all, Palestine, an area in Europe, or is it Asia? Might be Asia, but next to Jerusalem, the Middle East is fucking getting bombed. Famine, starvation, extreme poverty, extreme cancellation of a human population, of a group of people. So yeah, we shouldn't be talking about shit. It shouldn't be no Olympics going on. We shouldn't be seeing billion-dollar infrastructure, entertainment, technology, etc., all going on. Oh, and mind y'all, we has got space missions and astronauts and NASA happening, allegedly, that you have never seen, or nobody that you know has ever been on no spaceship or potentially went up to the moon or saw the Earth from space. But with all of that being said, Gaza and Palestinians is still getting bombed and killed and tortured and raped. From newborn babies to the oldest person you can think of, that is happening to them because they identify as Muslim, for real, and they just happen to have been at the wrong fucking spot on this planet at the wrong time. So yeah, there's so much more historical stuff that I could go a little bit more in depth on, but I'm really starting to understand why my main teacher, Brother Panic, who I learned and listened to and sat in his occult lectures YouTube classroom for thousands of hours, I understand why he was so detached. And 20 years from now, when y'all are listening to me speak, it's going to probably manifest out very similar, because my heart still is a little bit heavy from all of the wrongdoings and the violence taking place in this world. All of the harmful, genocidal, colonizer style acts that take place every single fucking day, every second, since the beginning of our known history. Now, I've actually recently come into some shit called Tartaria, and it has fucking made me very upset because I'm somewhat of a history buff. I'm somewhat of a nigga that really enjoys to look at and dive deep into understanding history, understanding what events and what all took place to lead us right up to fucking here. And a few months ago, I was actually taking like a crash course on the discovery of America from 1492 until now. And I got a lot of information from that. I got up until like 1820 on the videos and documentaries I was watching. But anytime I watch anything, my brain starts going in 1,000 billion different places. Then I get mirrored back by the perspective of, damn, should I be creating? Should I be producing? Should I be talking on YouTube? Should I be writing a song? Should I be all of the bullshit that clouds you in your human path because you think you need to be doing something or reaching some level or having some amount of followers or some amount of dollars or some amount of access to this physical world that you may not have now. It's all illusion. It's all your human path. But just know that you can get and achieve everything that you seek and desire in your life. But with all of that being said, Tartaria, y'all, essentially an ancient civilization, not even ancient from, what does ancient even mean, right? Because when we think of ancient, we can think of anything from 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 10,000. However many years ago they tell us this planet and other civilizations have been popping up and being around. Now, the one evidence that we do have of prior civilizations and prior builders and architectures in some way, shape, or form is pyramids, Mayan temples, mysterious wonders of the world. So when tuning into this Tartaria nonsense, it is essentially saying that potentially this America and this current world that we live in today could be no more than maybe 200 to 300 years old. And I'm not just talking about in America, but I'm talking all of the structures, all of the temples, all of the churches, all of the, I want to say Colosseum, no, cathedral, all of these elaborate designs and oriental attention to detail type architectures that we see everywhere. Clearly shit that's built with a purpose, not just shit built with steel beams and bricks for business, but shit in some way, shape, or form built for spiritual purposes, spiritual high-level understandings, temples, places for cultures and communities to come together and congregate. Also, the idea of electricity and whatever type of transportation and tools to build these certain structures have all come into question, right? Because no one alive right now was born in the year 1800. No one alive right now was barely born before 1930. So the way that life on Earth takes place, there can very well be a full wash and reset every 150 to 200 years with certain bloodlines maintaining information and historical documents and context to maintain the power control over the rest of the world. So, with that perspective in mind, first off, look around you, everywhere that you are, everywhere that you go. The Capitol buildings and churches, Roman Catholic churches, mostly Capitol buildings. In every city, there's a Capitol building with a dome over it. Now, this is like high-level government, judicial, executive, legislative branch type shit. The Supreme Courts. They all have very prestigious like designs and temple-like formations and structures. Now, the Tartaria theory is essentially saying that whoever came in and somehow, some way took over this land, because one of the most suspect things in existence is the discovery and the history of America. How did this place came to be? Did some nigga named Christopher Columbus really sail here in some year called 1492 and start taking over in some way, shape, or form? But then we have all of these structures and monuments that have popped up since the late 1800s and early 1900s that they say just rapidly built at times when people were told moving around in horse and buggies and had small farm-like material, yet massive structures. Essentially, the Tartaria theory is saying that a lot of that was here and around the world way before this current regime, this current social structure that we live in. So it begs the question of a lot of things. And when I saw Donald Trump get half shot in his ear, it completely made me check out of the Matrix. For the simple fact that you're telling me that this man, Donald Trump, who is one of the most polarizing, controversial, rich, and popular human beings to ever live on this planet, most influential and impactful and powerful, you're telling me that he was less than a half of a millisecond / millimeter, because time and length is just a fucking measurement of space. You're telling me that he was that close to getting his fucking head blown off on national TV in front of the whole world. and it just didn't happen. He only got grazed in the ear and got up and raised a white power fist and say, "We still here." White power, black power, American power, because the last thing I'm gonna do is try to divide y'all with any sense of racist this or racist that, you know, because the main and the only divide is classism. It is you feeling inferior to those that have more money than you. It is you being in a state, a police state, where the police and authority granted by those in power and those with the most money. They say the Queen of England's net worth is like $20 trillion. So with all of that being said, of course, she can coerce and buy people and fund this and do that. Really, it's just they private security. The police and military is just they hire private security. I was mentioning in a video recently, figures like LeBron James, Kanye West, Elon Musk is kind of sketchy in my eyes right now, same as Donald Trump. But let's just take, and Drake is damn near sketchy in people's eyes in 2024. But let's take Kanye and LeBron, two inner city homegrown niggas that came up from the bottom and reached crazy heights. Those two individuals are above the law. Their bloodline, their rule, their reign is no different from the Queen of England's. Well, it's a little different, but it's not as different. They're up there way more than me and you. For the simple fact, money, power, and status. Though that's what rules down here on this earth plane. Not holistic peace, love, and freedom that we could be living in. And people claim that our ancient Egyptian civilization was vibrating on that frequency of peace, love, freedom, happiness, education, and teaching, and wealth and abundance and food for all. Not this slavery captivity that we got going on modern day. And I don't sugarcoat what this shit is, because it is exactly that. No matter who and what you are, unless you are born into the bloodlines, you are born into nepotism, you do climb those social power ranks. And even Kanye is trying to tear down the system, but he's still above the law. That says so much about melanated beings and gods on this planet. Of course, there's some of y'all that say that Kanye West is a potential clone. I personally don't believe that, because I can read and see a person's heart very well. But after me checking out of the shit because of Donald Trump, and I recently heard Judge Joe Brown, the light-skinned judge that be on TV. I don't think he be on TV no more. I used to watch him with my grandma. I heard him talking shit about Kamala Harris, and that recently just confirmed a little bit more the perspective I needed to hear about her. He was calling her a hoe and a potential slut for Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un in China. That is a problem. America is going to be real loose if she get in office. Choosing between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is just choosing between the strict dad and the loose, free-spirited mom, let's say, because that word is a trigger word, luckily, because I have been offering and telling y'all throughout the year 2024, primarily, giving y'all the tools, information, and energy and ego reinforcement to not be a fucking free spirit out in this world. What is a free spirit? It sounds like a loose and vulnerable spirit / person that's able to be taken up and wrapped up in somebody else's movement and agenda without being physically strong first and foremost, but mentally strong and having the discernment to know right from wrong, to read energy and to read somebody's intentions on what they plan on doing with you or how they plan on using you. Again, in the words of General Gates, I don't mind being used, just don't fucking abuse me. Because if you can't be used, then you useless. So to those of y'all that are being used in some way, shape, or form, don't take it personal. Just know that you have something to offer another person on this planet, because there's some people out here that's getting no text, no phone calls, no hangout request, no looks in their directions, damn near not even know what's ups from a casual person, because really their energy is probably just that dark. But still damn near don't blame nobody under the age of 21, because this world programs your mind so deeply to, one, have an inferiority complex, to be anxious and depressed. Again, y'all, I have fully checked out of this shit. Because politics, like I had mentioned in a video recently, it's as real as those that follow and support it. So the theater, the characters, the ideologies, the fan bases that go crazy for their political leader, it's as real as it looks. Because that's how real mind control and magic is. This whole world is under mind control. The magic of the word is what has life exactly what it is right now. The shit is that simple. But where it gets problematic is that physically, your white oppressor has military technology and artillery that is light years beyond even the nigga with the most AK-47s in his arsenal. But when you look at America like a family, it gets very different. It's a different perspective. Versus seeing this shit from the individual path, which is your spiritual path. Your human path is your community, is your environment, it is those around you. So I've also recently came to the conclusion that I 1000% support the paramedics and the fire department. I think they are a benefit. I think they belong here. I think that we should keep them around. And I'm still a little iffy on the military, but if America didn't have a strong military, we wouldn't be America. If whoever came and colonized and captured this land, because I'm pretty sure it was melanated people here, doing their thing, not living in fucking teepees and huts, damn sure didn't deserve to be genocided and raped and pillaged and whitewashed. And now I'm light-skinned. You know what I'm saying. Oh my great grandmother was raped by some white man. Fuck! It's all good. It be like that. We take our lumps on the chin and we keep fucking moving and we keep pushing. But everything that I'm saying is so real. And not just my reality, but your reality too. 9 times out of 10, 9.6 times out of 10. So, to understand your spiritual path, to understand, the path that you must go, and to remain detached from the things of this world that pull on your emotions, that trigger your soft spots, that trigger your vulnerability, that trigger your confusion and your doubt and your insecurities. It's all human. It's all the mind. You know what I'm saying? People's words and thoughts and actions and energies can really influence you and get into your mind with the more power that's put behind whatever the fuck they're saying. Therefore, I offer y'all competence. I offer y'all knowledge. I offer y'all intelligence. I offer y'all the balancing out of your brain hemispheres and the balancing out of your chakras. Your chakras is just energy centers that in turn deal with your emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. So every single chakra, let's take the heart once again, because I mentioned the heart in the last video. Your heart is your art. Whatever comes out of you, whatever you think, feel, and perceive, whatever paradigm you live from, it comes out of your heart. It radiates off of you. You don't have to say a word because your actions speak louder than you ever fucking could. But it's even deeper to get in tune with the heart, because this is your courage, for one, your courage and your bravery to stand up to this world, to make your mark in this world, to understand that you are a soul having a human experience just like everyone else. So they're not better than you in no way, shape, or form. They have no more inherent rights than you do in no shape or form. Second to that, your heart has all to do with detaching from the lower nature of this world, the greed, the desires, the sensations that are tempting you to fall into your lower nature, fall into your pleasure. And your lower nature is just the physical. It's your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. But deeper than that, it's your care and concern for other people. Okay? To raise to your heart chakra, it definitely brings forth compassion and empathy and love first and foremost. But when you awaken to it, you make the decision, you make the crossroad choice, symbolized in the depiction of Jesus with the flaming heart pointing up. I'm about my Father's business. I'm trying to get into heaven. I'm trying to ascend. I'm trying to live in nirvana mentally. I'm not trying to be attached to the people and the physical shit that they go through and their own mental suffering that they 9 times out of 10 are bringing on themselves if they pass the age of 21. And I mention the age of 21 so much because, for one, in this American society, it's the age that you can legally drink, but two, it's your third chakra. So you go from age 1 to 7 is dealing with your root chakra, your physical belonging on this earth, your subconscious programming, your fear, your body, right? Body consciousness. Your sacral chakra deals with your pleasures, your likes and your dislikes, emotional fluidity, everything moving through you in different ways. Your emotions is a watery based sacral chakra, is water based. Deals with energy, emotions. They say that the first 2 chakras is like quicksand. Your root chakra and your sacral, if you're not diligent in the willpower of your third chakra, then you will forever fall back down into the hedonism of your first 2 chakras. And I'm gonna be the first person to say it's not bad. I'm a Taurus. I'm of the earth. I'm sensual. I'm here to feel and experience everything in life. But I clearly see that my heart is still not lighter than a feather because I am observing all of these wrongdoings. I am observing all of this violence going on. I do feel for those that are suffering. Sympathy and empathy for those that are suffering mentally and emotionally from the programmings done onto them by this world, from the psychopathic individuals that say and do fucked up things to other people. But I'm also well aware that that's just the game of life down here. That is humanity. That is life on earth and being born into this shit. So it gives a lot more credibility to Brother Panic's main perspective that he taught from, which was not being reincarnated back into the human body. Panic being the Taurus himself. Eventually, y'all will see me post clips of Brother Panic. Y'all will see me talk about him more. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, to not reincarnate back into the physical body, the veil of tears, which some call this earthly existence. It's not always the best, y'all. It's not always it. You know, it's a lot of ups and downs here. It's a lot of ins and outs. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of suffering, you know. So to say that war is inevitable on this planet, it's essentially saying that suffering is inevitable on this planet, and suffering and conflict. And that does seem to be the case here. You know, you look at animals, we're not much different from animals. What is the human nature of a human? Are they good, bad, evil? Are they angelic or demonic? The nature of a human being is that they are programmable through the mind, input, output. So more like a computer, but we have our animal self and we have our God, our divinity, our higher self, and we have the heart chakra right in the middle, the crossroads that you make to go above, to spiritually align with what you know to be true and what you know to be real in your life, or to go low and have compassion and sympathy for humanity, for this planet, to be a steward of the earth. Your human path versus your spiritual path. Do the math. I love y'all. May y'all never, ever, ever relax your principles. Stay God.